It is Wednesday, October 27th. This is Andy Crawford with LouisianaSportsman.com, and this is your news update. Todd Masson and I had a little business to talk over, and so we decided there was no better place to do it than on a boat, and so we're down at the mouth of the river below Venice catching a few bass. We've currently got 7 bass in the boat. I've got 5, Todd's only got 2, but there's still time for him to catch up. Tide's falling, it's beautiful. We are simply punching the lilies. There's lilies everywhere. The water is beautiful. We happen to be in Delta Duck. And Todd, talk a little bit about how we're fishing it.
Yeah, well, what we're doing, as you can see, there's a big field of lilies here. We're in a dead-end canal. The water is breathtakingly beautiful. You can see probably 6 feet down. All we're doing is flipping into the lilies, jiggling the worm, get it to go down. You let it free fall to the bottom. When it gets down there, you jig it up and down, and the bites are really subtle. Typically when you feel a good hard tap, that means it's a brim. When it's a bass, you just kind of watch the line and it moves off, or you maybe feel a little bit of tension, something just doesn't feel right. But it's obviously an art to it, but it's not really hard to get the hang of it, and the fishing right now is just so good. The river's low, maybe 3.5 feet or so, and this water's beautiful. So this is the time to come out here and do this from now until that river jumps back up.
We'll talk about the tackle we're using.
Okay, well, we're using flipping sticks, and I got a lot of grass here, but methylate worms. Now we don't have any red shad, but that's really my favorite color down here, but we didn't bring any. But just maybe 1/2 ounce true tungsten weight, and some wide gap worm hooks, and
we've got the weights pegged so that it pulls the lure through the grass. That to me is vital.
Yeah, if you don't peg your weight, then your weight's going to fall one side of the lily and your worm's going to fall on the other, and it's just not going to work out. So you got to peg your weights. And we don't have any beasts. We probably got the biggest fish we got is maybe 2 pounds. But you come out here and catch a limit and 2-pound fish. It's just a blast. This is a really fun way to fish. You'll go a long stretch with catching nothing, and all of a sudden you catch 3 or 4 in one spot, and then keep moving on. All these dead ends in Delta Duck are just full of really clean water, filtering out of ponds, ton of grass in here. Really couldn't be better conditions. So if you got time, anytime in the next few weeks before the river jumps up, you definitely want to get down here.
Great. For the duck hunters, the good news is everybody's wondering about if there's any birds down, and we saw a lot of birds flying when we were running into Delta. I'm not a big duck hunter, so I couldn't tell you the species, but we did see some teal. It looked like some big ducks flying.
A lot of pintail.
A lot of pintail. So it looks like it's shaping up to be a good season. This is going to be a great area to fish again, to hunt. Again, there's tons of grass to hold the fish. That's one of the big worries. Sorry, the ducks. That's one of the big worries that everybody had with the oil spill, is the impact on the habitat. I have to tell you, this is the second trip I've made down here in 2 weeks, I guess, and I've seen no oil, and I've seen no impact on the habitat. So everything is in just pristine shape. Again, lots of grass. Bass fishermen, come on down. Red fishermen, come on down. There's lots of fish to be caught, and duck hunters, get ready, because it's going to be a great season. Now we're going to turn back to Todd and talk a little bit about the November issue of Louisiana Sportsman, which is hitting the stands and mailboxes.
Yeah, well, November issue, obviously, being blessed to live in Louisiana like we are. The only problem with November is deciding what to do, because you've got deer hunting, you've got duck hunting, you've got squirrel hunting, rabbit hunting, you've got tremendous saltwater fishing. The freshwater fishing is fantastic. So it stands to reason that our November issue is one of our most popular issues, and this year I think will be no exception. Actually, it's a great issue. Just got it yesterday back in the office, and it's just fantastic. But we've got a great story that actually Andy did on a 25-year-old hunter who hunts nothing but public land. This kid is a nut. He really has some unique strategies, and they have proven to be very successful for the guy. He's killed a bunch of deer. He's really hardcore, you know, probably much harder core than most of us are, but you can put a lot of his techniques into practice even on private land, and it would pay really big dividends.
He's already killed a nice buck this year, in fact, on Red River.
On public land, right.
Yeah, Bodybuilder 313, right. I believe is his handle.
Correct. Well, he's on the website. Yeah. I'm sure everybody's seen him. But we've also, you know, of course, don't neglect saltwater fisheries. We've got our saltwater series, which everybody loves, where we give you the 10 GPS coordinates for hot spots in a particular area. This issue, it's on Little Lake out of Lafitte, and that whole area has been really hot this year. So you know, lots of good fish. Water's really clean in there as well. So particularly redfish have been really good in that area. We've also got a story on Delacroix, fishing the Delacroix area, which, you know, really heats up this time of year. It gets good. So you know, we got it all. We also, something all the duck hunters will be interested in, have a region by region duck habitat update. I did the story, did it right before deadline, so it's all current information, and you definitely want to pick that up. And you also be curious to see how well we do in Louisiana compared to other states in a typical year. It's you know, we all like to complain about you know, duck hunting being slow, but I tell you what, spoiled rotten. You look at how other states do, and it's just not even close. It's ridiculous. So it should be a great duck year. You know, as Andy mentioned, riding around here in Venice, you know, I was in Delacroix the other day. Delacroix is just loaded with grass, just everywhere. Now, you know, today here in Venice, like Andy said, is our second time here in a couple weeks. So we've seen a good bit of the area, and it's you know, loaded with grass, just plenty of it, and you know, the ducks are here. Again, I was in Delacroix last week. The ducks were down west of Grand Lake. It was insane, the number of ducks. Also west of Lost Lake. So, looking forward to a good duck season. Definitely a good fishing season. So, good luck. Come on out. It's happening.
Well, let me ask you this, Todd, real quickly. Tell them about the Take Home Angler contest.
Yeah, the Take Home Angler. We've had really good response to that. If you go on the website a lot, I'm sure you've seen the ads for it, but basically what it is, if you're a subscriber to Louisiana Sportsman and you'd like to be featured in the magazine, you just enter the contest. Very easy to do. You click on the button, fill out a little bit of information, just your name, number, where you fish, what you like to catch, etc. And if we select you, we'll send you out with one of our contributing writers, a guy named Chris Ginn. Very good writer, outstanding photographer, and you know, we'll feature you in the magazine. So it's a fun contest, and we're you know, Andy and I have talked about it. We're really looking forward to having our readers featured in the magazine. So it should be fun. All
right, great. We'll go back to fishing.
Will do.
Just to sort of wrap up, the Take Home Angler contest, I think, is really going to be a hallmark of the next year. It is going to last through 2011. And it includes all species. So, you know, just because you're a brim fisherman, that doesn't mean that you're excluded from that. We want to know who can catch brim, who can catch bass, who can catch catfish, and as well as all the saltwater species. So be sure and check that out. Of course, you know, we still, for the deer hunters, we still have the contest for trail cams going on, and Deer of the Year, which is, you know, for all of the bucks that are killed this year. Be sure to enter those. The first round of winners will be chosen here in a few days. So you've got time. Get on that, and that goes through the season. Again, we appreciate you joining us. We look forward to seeing you on the site. I encourage everybody to jump onto the forum. Report all of your success. Let us know what's going on out there. That helps us know where to target. Gives Todd ideas about where you know, we can get articles written about, and just helps other anglers as they're out in the field.